Alright guys, welcome back. So I went ahead and set these up. We now have 3 of them, and they're all number 2s, which is still not keeping up with the output of this, but today we're going to work on making the clay bricks, and you'll see that to make the clay bricks we need unburnt clay bricks. And the only way to make them is with lime, clay, and sand. So first thing on the list is lime, which we're going to get from limestone, and it's going to give us some carbon dioxide, which if you remember, we need that to mix with our hydrogen gas to make carbon monoxide and purified water. And we also needed it for, wasn't that the thing we needed for, I can never remember which one it is. Nickel, we need carbon dioxide, right? Nickel, we need carbon monoxide for that. So we can actually use the carbon dioxide to make carbon monoxide. So we can use this carbon dioxide instead of using coal. We can mix it with some hydrogen, make our carbon monoxide, and then we can use that for our nickel processing, which is on our to-do list, which I have also added some other things to now. So let's get started on the limestone. So that needs thin mud water, and that needs to be in a washing plant with some water. So we need to make a washing plant for that. And if you look at the clay bricks, or the limestone to lime, that has to be done in a blast furnace. So we'll go ahead and get the blast furnace made. And we have our thin mud water, our light mud water right here. So we can actually just pull off of this pipe right here, which all we're going to end up doing is moving that up like that. We're going to put this up that direction. So we can use this to pull that off of there, which means we're going to get less saline water that needs to be ran, since we're going to be taking some of it for this. And now we'll set this up, and we want this for limestone. So now that we got that set, we can hook in our pipe, and then we need to get water into this, which we have plenty of water still coming in down here, so we could run off of that. But I think what we're going to do is make one of those groundwater bores. That way we don't have to run the pipe up, and we'll just put that in here, connect that up, and then run our power over, and that'll give us our limestone. So now we just need to pull the limestone out. We'll put in a blast furnace, which I think we're going to put it about right here. That way if we need to run another one of these into it, we can just move it over here. And we can connect that up like that. And we need to get something in here for powering it. So we're going to have to run some carbon over here. Which we have plenty of carbon. So that won't be a problem. It's just, the only problem is how do we do it and get it through here without making too much of a mess. I'm going to go ahead and work this out, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Alright, so I got the carbon ran here. I just decided to pull it off of this line and run it that direction. This line is what's going up to our circuit, so it's not going to affect our ability to make power, other than it's taking a little bit off of that line there, but it looks like we're okay. Probably need to set a priority for it, which is probably what I'm going to do here. I'll set that the priority is this line, so it'll only send that way when this line is completely full, and then that'll keep all of that nice and full over there. Hopefully when we set everything else up for doing that coal production, that'll get better. But we have now made our lime and our carbon dioxide, so I'm going to make a tank for the carbon dioxide as soon as I remember where the tanks are here. There we go. And that's just going to come out right there. Like I said, we're going to send off over to become carbon monoxide for our nickel processing. We're going to have to do something else whenever this isn't running, because we're not going to be making limestone all the time, I'm sure. So we've got our lime now. So now we need to make clay, which is coming from concentrated mud water in a washing plant. So we can now run that. Should be this pipe right here. So we can do the exact same thing for this. And run it up here. Which means we're going to need to make another washing plant. Needs to make a lot of iron pipes for this. And now, while it's doing that, the other thing we're going to need is sand, which we already have sand production, so we can just pull off of that for it. So we're going to set this up, and it's going to be for clay. And it's going to get its water in right there. Be really nice if we could mirror this so the water could come in on the same two sides there. I think what we're going to do actually is we're going to move this up here, and then we can split this off to come over to that one, and then down to there. And now that'll feed water to both places that need it. Now that is going to make our clay. So we can actually do a output right here. And we're going to have that go in right there. And that'll put both of them on the same line there. And then it's just a matter of getting it over to where we're going to process this. We can run this across here. Take out a couple more trees. And we're going to put these three together in an assembler. So let's grab one of them, which we can now make the assembling machine number 2, which will do things faster, so we need to start setting those up. I think I'm going to go ahead and just put this right here, and we want that to make our clay. There's our unburnt clay bricks. And we want to get a basic splitter here. And we can split this off and bring it in on this side. And then we'll bring the other ones down here. There we go. And now those three should mix in there and start making our uncooked clay bricks. And from the way it looks, it's going to be a little bit on the slow side. So let's see here. We can definitely put in at least a couple more of these. Just debating how exactly I want to do this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring this over. We're going to set that to be a long-handled. And then we're going to bring this one up like that. We'll have to put in a couple more electric lines there. And then we can use, probably just go ahead and use these to output, because I don't think we need to waste the, as slow as this output is going to be. And then we can just run that up there, and we'll just throw them into a box. Yeah, it looks like those inserters are going to be good enough to keep up with that, and it looks like we're making everything else at a decent speed. We're actually running out of sand for once, so that's kind of amazing. So setting all of that up has been good for at least keeping up with some of this down here. And now we need our uncooked bricks to be turned into bricks. So our only real option here is to throw them into a furnace. And I don't know that we're going to need more than one. We'll see if we end up needing more than that, but I don't believe we're going to. And now we'll just put the box that we did have there, which we're just going to use a inserter to do so, because this is not going to go that fast, and we'll limit this down to about a stack of them. And we will also split this off and bring it over. That way it can feed our carbon in there when it needs to. And now we have our clay bricks, which we needed for one of the things we're trying to do. I honestly don't remember now what it was we were needing it for. So electrolyzer, crystallization, filtration needs it. Just something we're going to be doing soon. The ore crusher 2 needs it. The flotation cell, that's the main one we needed it for, so we can change over our ore processing things to do the flotation stuff. And then we're also going to need it for the ore sorting facility too. And we're going to be changing over a lot of that stuff, so we're going to need a bunch of them soon. We're just not going to need a bunch of them at length. So, and it looks like we definitely can set up a couple more furnaces here. So I'll look into if I actually want to do that or not. We got the I started doing the steel axe too, so we can pick things up a bit faster. And I think we're going to do the shooting speed and the weapon speed now, just so we can shoot a bit faster, since again we're getting close. We're also coming in a little bit closer over there now. And I think that's going to be it for today. I think next time we're probably going to start setting up the flotation stuff, which means we're going to have a lot of changes that we need to make. I may start on the coal changeover first. Because this is going to be a big change. Because we're going to have to put in a whole new system of machines down here. And we don't have a whole lot of room for that. And we also need to put in for those and these. These aren't a big issue. We can do them right down in here. And we'll probably end up moving this down into this area right here. That'll give us a little bit more room for the copper, but I will probably move all of the copper stuff and put it over in this area here. And then we have the iron stuff, which can easily just be done right there. We're just probably going to have to move those 2 silos, which are not a issue. But I will be back next time, and we'll get started on either the coal or this changeover to flotation. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I will see you guys next time.